Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Good Luck High Five Board Games. I'm Nicholas, your GLHF board game guide. Today we're looking at a two-player only game from Kosmos Games, the same house that made Imhotep, one of our favorite games on the channel, not only to play, but also to say. This game is Targi. It's a worker placement and set collection game designed by first-time designer Andreas Steiger. Each player is controlling a nomadic tribe of hunter-gatherers as they vie for control of the Great Sand Sea. Let's open the box and have a look inside. Past the ominous gentleman on the cover, we find the game's trifold rulebook, which is actually one of the better rulebooks I've come across. It flows nicely and has clear illustrations where needed. Next up are the bagged goods tokens and separate decks of goods and tribe cards. In the reserve channel here are the victory point markers and the wooden Targi and tribe tokens. Overall, these components are nothing special, so let's set the game up and I'll show you where the game gets very compelling. Around the outside edge of the setup are always the 16 border cards played in order clockwise from the upper left. The robber sits just off the first card before the game starts, but the first thing you'll do in every round is advance the robber to the next card in sequence. Each player starts the game with 3 Targi figures, 2 tribe markers, and a collection of goods totaling 2 dates, 2 salt, 2 pepper, 1 gold, and finally give each person 4 victory points. On your turn, you'll place a Targi figure on any of the border cards you like. You can't place a figure on the same card as a robber, and you also can't place a figure directly opposite another player's Targi. In this way, as you exchange placement back and forth, you can begin to anticipate what your opponent wants and try to block them from getting it. Once all 3 Targi are placed, each player will then place their tribe marker at the intersections of the lines made by the Targi figures. So, for example, if blue placed here and I wanted, as the white player, to block the blue player from getting this particular camel card, I would place my Targi here, thus preventing him from placing their Targi there and claiming that card. Once everything's placed, you'll take turns again removing your tokens from the board, collecting the goods or cards underneath them, and then replacing the inner cards with ones from the opposite deck as the one you pulled. The goal here is to gather enough goods to pay for the tribe's cards that will form your tableau, a 3x4 grid of cards that you'll attempt to fill from left to right with cards in matching rows. Succeed in doing so and you'll get 4 points. If you don't manage to do that but manage to get a row with all different symbols, you'll get 2 points. In practice, Targi becomes a highly interactive game of chess, forcing you to both attack spaces to secure the cards you need, but also block your opponent from acquiring cards that will benefit them. There'll be more than a few times every game where you sit there with your Targi figure in your hand, staring at the board, trying to optimize your move. Here's my first caveat for this game. Players prone to AP, or analysis paralysis, could be triggered badly here. My recommendation for those players, and really everyone who sits down at this one for the first time, prioritize early in the round what cards you want and what cards you definitely don't want your opponent to have. This will help you as you maximize your placement. Targi's on the longer end of two-player games, which I actually like. Filler games tend to be shorter and have less to think about, whereas Targi is really designed to be a full game that's just played between 2 people. The box says 60 minutes per game, and as I've played in preparation for this review, I found that to be just about right, if not a little short. One particularly long game went 90 minutes, but we were both learning and gave ourselves permission to take some moves back. All this is to say that if you're looking for a crunchier experience that's well balanced and provides some solid tactical gameplay, you found it in this box. Targi is a quick-to-learn, incredibly satisfying 2-player game that rivals Haipur, the current title holder for GLHF favorite 2-player game. Let's have a look at the checklist, then I'll give you my final thoughts. In the box, rulebook clear and non-gender pronouns. The rulebook is clean, concise, and features illustrations to clarify the finer points. It refers to the player or the current player throughout, and the game example text features a game between he and her. Iconography clear. Very much so. The cards are bright and very easy to understand. Salt and pepper look like salt and pepper, and the matching tribe icons stand out boldly. Packaging well done. Not the best here. You only get 1 baggie in the box for the mess of tokens, and you have to either provide another one or make do with the cutout channels in the insert. However, the insert is pretty well designed, so even with the single baggie, everything more or less stays put. On the table, good representation. The Targi figures are made to represent the actual Targi, male members of the Tuareg. The female members of the tribe, the Targia, are not represented here. Component quality, fair. The goods tokens are square punch-outs and as such leave behind little nubs on the sides from when they were attached to each other in the punch. The victory point tokens are also punchboard, but they were separated on the sheets so they come out a little cleaner. The cards are of decent thickness and the Targi and tribe markers are nice wooden pieces. Replay value. Decent. The border cards always stay the same in the same order, a product of balance design. Since you're unable to place figures at the opposite ends of another figure, the cards that are across from each other need to be weighed as such. That being said, there's lots of tribes and good cards and they're randomly assigned to the center of the board, so you should have a good mix. Fun to lose. Less so, and this is important in a two-player game. There are certainly going to be games when the randomness of the cards conspire against you. However, the first player bounces back and forth, so you'll get a chance to nab the card you very much want first every other turn. This is important in a set collection game, and Targi handles it well. When the sun sets, Targi is a way above average two-player game that has a larger footprint on the table than most others, but earns its spot with dynamic and interesting choices. Being able to play defense at the cost of your own gain is a very real thing you'll do a lot, and it's a fun puzzle to decide just how badly you want to stop the other player from nabbing their fourth palm tree card. Targi's been around since 2012, and the recent Kosmos reprint means that even more people are going to be able to discover it all over again. I'm Nicholas, reminding you to help protect the game population. Always sleeve your cards. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed that video, please hit that sub button and check out all of our other offerings at goodluckhighfive.com. And please consider becoming a patron of the channel at patreon.com/GLHFmagic and help us keep making reviews, videos, and podcasts for as little as $5 a month. We're also always looking for new games to review, so if you make games or you know a company who does and wants to have their game reviewed on Good Luck High Five, please reach out to us at glhf@goodluckhighfive.com and we'd be happy to take a look. You can follow me, Captain N the Game Master, on Twitter and Instagram at CaptainNGM, and follow the channel at GLHF Magic. Remember, please shop at your local game store whenever possible. Until next time, I'm Nicholas, and good luck, high five.